You're listening to Webb on the Web, the WOW Network. Spartan Athletics on the Internet.
Months after these teams last met, the Spartans still have the bitter taste of defeat in their mouth. Traveling down the road into a hostile environment, the Spartans try to leave with a victory against their arch rivals, the Catholic Fighting Irish. Hello everybody, I'm Mike Patel, joined by Sanchit Wadhowie and Will Lauver on the campus of Knoxville Catholic as we are set to bring you Spartan basketball on the internet. And we're about 4 minutes away from tip-off, guys. This broadcast is sponsored by the Duo Fast in Knoxville for all your nailing, stapling, and fastening needs, and also by the Shrimp Dock with locations in Bearden and Farragut with the widest variety of seafood in town, yummy for the tummy. And it's also streamed live through www.wow-network.org. Guys, quite a game we've got on hand for us tonight. The girls, Webb Spartan girls, won 50-19, and the last 4 meetings between these two teams have all been decided by 2 points or less. Sanchit, what are you expecting?
Well, once again, I'm expecting a very close game. I don't think we can reasonably expect either team to run away with it, and I think it's going to be a hard-fought battle both ways. And
Will, what about you?
Well, like Sanchit said, I believe it's going to be a really close game, probably decided by 5 points or less, and it's going to be a good game of basketball tonight.
And guys, a good one it'll be, as the Spartans have their seniors, Burton Sampson and Chad Neighbors. And guys, the Spartans come into this game 10-3. The Spartans are coming into this game 10-3. 2-0 in divisional play, as Catholic comes in 5-7, 1-3 in divisional play. And if you ignore those records, you've got two teams ready to put it all on the line for their school to win. The Spartan student section is here with the Hawaiian beach out, and the Catholic student section is also here in the golfer tennis out. And folks, quite a game we've got on hand. 2:20 before the tip. Sanchit, keys to the first half for Webb.
Well, for Webb, I think they're going to really have to play through their guards. Honestly, I think we're looking at Burton Sampson and Justin Jenkins, really. And we really need them to get on a hot shooting night for all of our offensive production. And, of course, defense is going to be essential. I think we're going to look at we're looking at two teams here that are really going to look to put points on the board. And if Webb can stop Catholic, that's really going to help their cause.
And what about you, Will? What are you looking for out of Catholic this game?
Well, out of Catholic, they got to make their shots. They have to. They got to keep their intensity up, make their shots, make their blocks, and play a good, tough game of basketball.
And great game, tough game it'll be, as Catholic won last time these two met on February 7th. 10 months ago in the Lee Athletic Center. Catholic won 38-37, and so we'll see if they can do that again tonight. But first, they've got to get through this Webb team, who wants this as bad as anyone.
I think one important thing to look at here is I'm just looking at the teams, sizing them up. Catholic appears to be a little bit bigger than Webb, so I don't know how that's going to play out.
And guys, there you see the rowdy Webb student section. And you know what Catholic's going to be doing with here on the road. Quite a game it will be. And
it's always nice to see the road team come out in such high numbers to really cheer their team on. And I think it'll be really important to see if the Webb student section can get loud and really try to take the road element away from
folks,
the team.
We're going to take a quick break for a prayer and national anthem, and we'll be back with the starting lineups momentarily.
If you want to pass and run like the Spartans, then pass up the fast food and run into the shrimp dock, serving lunch daily from 11 to 3. With stores in Bearden and Farragut, you get your choice of the fish, oyster, or the famous shrimp po' boys. Also, grab some scallops, crab legs, lobster, oysters, shrimp, and the only fresh fish in K-Town to take home for dinner. So stay warm in the winter with Captain Paul's chowders and bisques, stay healthy and lower cholesterol with fresh fish, and enjoy at the shrimp dock.
And folks, right now you're getting a look at the Catholic student section. Now your starters for the Spartans. Number 3, Justin Jenkins. Number 2, Brandon Neighbors. Number 5, Austin Cox. Number 13, Burton Sampson. And the much improved number 14, Troy Whiteside. Now time for the introductions for the Catholic Fighting Irish. Number 12, John Anders. Number 22, Jordan Anderson. Number 24, Joey Cook. Number 31, number 30, Logan Irwin. Number 30, Chris Cox. Number 34, Chris Cox. Guys, what a game that we have on tap. Sanchez, if Webb comes out in the press, what does Catholic do to break it?
Well, I think you're going to have to break a Webb press using speed. And obviously, I think you're going to have good ball handling here, the turnovers to start the game off. So definitely, you're really looking to get a great ball movement.
It'll be Sampson on Cox to tip. Cox wins, gets it to Anderson. Now number 12, Anders has it. Anderson stolen away by Sampson. Collision
Whiteside with
on
terrific
the floor.
help defense right there.
Sampson goes up, layup no good, rebounded by Catholic. 34, Cox. Gets it to Anders. Anders has the ball, guarded by Whiteside.
It's looking like a 2-3 zone right now.
Austin Cox standing straight up. Cox shot goes in.
Chris Cox there with a terrific shot all the way over Austin Cox's outstretched arms.
Whiteside bringing it down the floor.
Catholic preferring a zone as well. Start the game off.
And stolen away by the Fighting Irish. Anders bringing the ball down the court, guarded by Whiteside. Left wing, good move down low. Layup is good. 4-0 Catholic, 6:55 left in the first quarter.
I think right now, if you're Webb, you might try to slow the game down and really try to work the ball around. The last thing you need right now is to be in a track meet with these guys when you're already 4 points down.
Whiteside bringing it down the floor, gets to Sampson, back to Whiteside to Jenkins. Thinks about the 3, Cox to Whiteside. Gotten by Neighbors.
Close one there.
Jenkins has it, gives it to Whiteside. Coach Norris calls out the play as they're trying to get it going here.
I think this is better from Webb. They're really trying to work it together as a team to create a shot because it's going to be hard to break the Catholic zone so far.
Whiteside with it. Gets it to Neighbors. Neighbors thinks about the three. Whiteside thinks about the three. No one's taking it. Pass first offense. Austin Cox gets down low, goes up and in. 4-2.
That was a great effort there by Austin Cox. Everyone worked together to get that basket.
I think Webb needs to catch their zone because eventually the longer you have a play going in a zone, the more confusing it is for the defense to keep up.
Anderson with the ball. Guarded by Jenkins. No good. Lay in. Neighbors has it. Neighbors pushing it up the court. Finds Sampson. Sampson goes up for the floater. No good. Cox gets it out to Sampson. Sampson long two. Drains it. Tied at 4. Full court pressure here for the Spartans.
Burton Sampson being a nice senior leader there, getting a key tying basket for Webb. And that's that press you're talking about early in the game, Ryan.
24, Cook had it. And now it's Anders. Anders goes up with a floater, rattles out, rebounded by Cook. And then his land is no good, and it goes out of bounds on Catholic. It'll be Webb basketball.
I think right now Webb's still settling into this game here and really getting control of their nerves. They've battled back to tie the game, and I think it'll be really important for them to take the lead here.
Liam Willoughby checks into the game for Troy Whiteside. Austin Cox bringing the ball down the floor, gets it to Burton Sampson. Jenkins now. Sampson on the right wing, three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Jenkins. Jenkins goes up, and it goes in. 6-4 Spartans.
Jenkins is a strong, tall player. He can virtually create a shot from anywhere on the court.
And
that was a fantastic job for the layup there.
And only a sophomore, so a lot of talent in that body. Anders with the ball, kicks it in the corner to Cook. Back out to Anders, 34 Cox.
Webb still electing to go with the zone.
Cox will give it to 30 Irwin. Cox has it, tries to go down low, and his shot will not fall. Rebounded by Burton Sampson, but Jordan Anderson retrieves it. Burton Sampson gets his miss, and he kicks it up to Austin Cox. Austin Cox, Justin Jenkins, three-pointer, out.
Justin was asking for the shot too. You could tell he wanted it.
As Anders will bring it down and slowly set up the offense.
You wonder if Webb's big enough inside to contend with these Catholic guards. You see him getting pushed around and getting shot over, so you wonder if that's going to be a key factor down the stretch.
Neighbors with the rebound, kicks it to Cox. Cox to Jenkins. Jenkins' shot is no good.
Oh, he's been on me. 0 for 2 for his last two shots, so you wonder if you want to limit his shots and really try to get him better opportunities to stop this cold streak.
As it'll be Catholic steals it away. Anders has it now. Anders gets a screen from Cox. Right elbow, picks up his dribble in the paint. Stolen away by Justin Jenkins.
Terrific job utilizing his quickness there for Justin.
Jenkins gets it out to Neighbors. Neighbors to Cox. Long three for
that was
buries
an
it.
Amazing three by Neighbors.
9-4.
It's like college and NBA range three right there.
Long three-pointer that hits the bottom of the bucket for Neighbors. 9-4. Spartans lead it. Anderson with the ball, gets it to Anders.
You wonder now if you're a Catholic, what do you do to try to stem this lead?
Right.
Because Webb's on a 9-0 run here.
As ball down low to 34 Cox. Foul. And that foul.
Willoughby.
It'll be on 33 Willoughby, his first. Cox goes to the line to shoot two. Whiteside, Sampson, and Gormley check in after this free throw. So Chris Cox to the line to shoot two. First one is up and good, 9-5.
You wonder if they're going to do something and how they're going to try to do something about their interior defense here. because they are kind of getting outmatched by the Catholic 4s and 5s.
All right. Cox's second free throw is no good. Rebounded by Gormley for Webb. Gormley to Whiteside. Whiteside bringing the ball down the floor, crosses half court. Right wing to Gormley. Gormley back to Whiteside. Whiteside Neighbors left wing. Thought about the three, didn't take it. Gormley swings around baseline. Trying to get it down low to Willoughby, not able to. Whiteside shoots up for the three, no good, just misses. Anderson now with the ball. Andrews bringing the ball down the floor. Gets it to Cook.
I think if you're Catholic here, you really work on getting the ball inside and driving down the lane, just like that.
Jordan Anderson, 2 points, 9-7. Webb leads.
Really is such a power player for Catholic. He can just charge in there and make the play.
As Sampson has the ball. Elbow, no good. A lot of shots for Webb tonight have just rimmed in and out. And it'll be a foul.
You wonder if Webb should really, attack the basket more as the game progresses, and they really need inside shots. Do they keep settling for try to, go in the lane and create their own shots, especially since they don't have the height advantage.
It'll be Catholic basketball under their own basket, under Webb's basket. Anderson to inbound. Gets it into Anders.
Oh, there's a little bit of that one-man press.
Whiteside comes to help defense. Cox now. Stolen away by the Spartans. And we're going to have a jump ball.
And that was simply a great defensive play there made by Webb.
Webb basketball.
It's a heated rivalry game here, and we've almost played a quarter mine. How do you think that's, affected the nerves of these guys?
I mean, you can tell that the guys are settling in, but the temperature's high. It's blood's at caution. I mean, you can feel the tension. Sampson has the ball to Whiteside. Whiteside back out to Sampson. Three-pointer, no good, and it's saved by Neighbors. From a foul. Whiteside's going to go to the line to shoot two. Foul on 12, Anders. That's his first. He was first. Troy Whiteside going to the line to shoot two.
2 critical free throws here. Try to make it a multiple possession game.
Makes the first. 10-7. Webb leads it. 45 seconds left in the first.
They're not going for the defensive rebound here.
Ooh. This is the second. Anders has it for Catholic. 23, Ostrowski comes to help out. Now to Cox. Cox to Anderson. Back to Cox. And Cox just goes up with it and in. Whiteside has it now. 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Whiteside bringing it down the floor.
Catholic really trying to exploit their advantage down low. I think almost all of their points have come from in the paint or at least around it. Webb going for the
8 seconds left. Neighbors has it. Long three.
Ooh.
No good. Rebounded by Cox. Cox puts it up. It's no good. And the other Cox for Catholic tries to heave a full court shot, and it's no good.
Not a whole lot of offense in that quarter, only a 10-9 after one here. You think the defense is? You think these offense is still trying to solve the zone?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they do. 10-9 after one. Will, what do you take out of that first quarter?
Well, both defenses have been playing very, very well. Webb's offense and Catholic's offense, they got to make some improvements during the break and come back strong. They got to find their lead.
How it goes. And 10-9, Spartans lead after one. Folks, at the half, after this next quarter play, Miles Biggs and David Wilhoit, 2 former Spartans, I'll sit down and chat with them. And it should be a great one, as a lot of alumni coming back to witness this game. We saw seniors from last year, the girls basketball team coming back. See some football players coming back. Great to see everyone coming back, being on winter break. Anderson has it to inbound. He'll try and get it. He'll get it to Cox. Cox to Ostrowski. Guarded by Whiteside. Ostrowski goes left side, kicks to Anders. Anders has the ball and gets it to Cox. Cox gets it out.
I think
to
Webb's throwing a man
Irwin.
defense at Catholic now. They switched up from a zone to a man now.
Sampson on Cox. Cox goes around and under, but no good. Rebounded by Austin Cox of Webb, and his pass is stolen away. Did not see Anders there.
Oh.
And we're going to have a charge on Kyle Anders.
Austin Cox laying out for that charge there. He really took it. He's definitely going to feel that in the morning.
He just ran Austin Cox over.
And guys, you see, you get a student section right now. As
Yeah, these two student sections have been really going back and forth all night.
Whiteside bringing the ball down the court, gets it to Jenkins, back out to Neighbors. Now Sampson has it. Jenkins up to Sampson. Tried the alley-oop, not able to do it.
That would have been a great momentum shift.
Yeah, it sure would have. Cox has the ball, guarded by Sampson. Gets it to Ostrowski. Ostrowski back out to Cox on the right wing, drives in. And he just throws, nobody there. Justin Jenkins takes it. Student section has erupted. Justin Jenkins throws it down for the men in green. 12-9. You guys get a look at the student section.
They are jumping around now, man. Doesn't feel like so much of a road game anymore, does it?
That was such a great momentum changer for Webb.
Spartans chanting, Justin Jenkins is only a sophomore.
Yeah, that's something to look out for, just like we were talking about earlier. Cox has the ball. Justin Jenkins goes for the steal again. Anderson, three-pointers, no good. Off the mark, rebounded by Sampson. Sampson has the ball. Chris Cox holding his eye. It looks like his eye and head is hurt. Let's see what happens. We're going to get an official time.
Ooh. I didn't quite catch what happened to Cox there, but for Catholic, but he really seems like he's hurting there. Hope he's all right.
24 Cook will check in for him.
Boy, you go back to that dunk by Jenkins there. What a huge momentum shift. First, the Catholic turnover, then he drives the length of the floor and really throws it down. You don't really see many high school sophomores slam dunking it very often, so that's always huge.
You don't. Anders brings it down, hits it to Cook, wide open for the three, cannot hit. Rebounded by Sampson, and we're going to have a foul on Irwin.
Yeah, there's just really no need for a foul like that. I get that he's trying to get a steal and get some momentum back if you're Catholic, but you're that far away from your own basket. There's no danger of scoring or having a defensive breakdown. I think you just let him come up.
As Whiteside bringing the ball down the floor. Whiteside has it to Sampson. Sampson goes around, gets back to Whiteside. Whiteside, high post, Minyard. Jenkins with a three. Money from downtown. 15-9, the Spartans lead it. Anders bringing the ball down the floor with a full court pressure. Almost.
Like forced to call a timeout there after really sloppy passing here by Catholic recently. You had that steal by Jenkins and then the dunk, and then that press break did not go at all as planned.
As Ostrowski had to call timeout. As there's Coach North talking to his guys in the huddle. Will, what do you think he's telling his guys in the huddle?
Well, he's telling them to don't get overconfident. Justin Jenkins had the great dunk. Carry that momentum, but don't let it go to your head. You need to play. You still have left to play. You need to keep calm, and play to the best of your abilities.
And Sanchez, that Catholic huddle, what do you think they just got out of that?
I think right now, I think you really got to work on a cohesive passing, I think, is really what they should be talking about. Catholic really needs to improve their ball movement and passing if they want to get a chance at this game.
Anderson inbounds it to Cox, who's back in the game. Now Anders has it in the backcourt. Gets it to Cox.
It's taking a while to set up their half-court offense here.
Anders. Around to Anderson. On to Cox. Cox slips.
Webb's back in their 2-3 zone, for what it's worth.
Anders goes down. We're going to have a block.
I think you're in that zone there where Minyard didn't quite get his feet set.
Yeah. Alon Minyard blocked and fouled. His first. Anderson goes to the line to shoot 2 for Cal. 9. Webb leads.
We still got a little over 2.5 quarters left to play here. And I think, in the past few games again, between these two teams, if I recall correctly, Webb had the lead early on, but then Catholic always had strong second halves. So you're going to have to watch out for that.
As Gormley and Neighbors come back into the game. Anderson's second shot goes in. 15-11 now for the lead. Cox bringing the ball down the court. Gives it to Neighbors. Neighbors to Gormley. Gormley back to Neighbors. Kicking it around. As guys, Reed Wallings has been added to the list at the half.
That was a nice feed, even though it didn't amount to much, but that was a great feed to Burton Sampson inside. I think Webb's going to have to keep that up if they want to get any sort of inside presence in this game.
As the shot is up and no good. Rebound by Ostrowski. He gets it to Anders. Anders will bring the ball down the floor for the Irish. Ostrowski had it. Gets it down low to Cox. And his shot is up and in.
There's
15-13.
There's more of that inside presence here that's been really helping Catholic stay in this game.
Neighbors to Jenkins. Jenkins to Cox. Back to Jenkins. Cox back to Jenkins. To Sampson on the baseline. Tries to do something himself. Stuck in some traffic. And taken away by Chris Cox of Catholic. Kyle Anders bringing the ball down the court.
Huge possession for both teams here. If you're Catholic, you're looking to tie the game up. If you're Webb, you're looking to stay ahead.
Ostrowski with the ball. Anders. Anders has it, goes up with it. Good, what a great shot there.
Oh, that's a terrific shot. He's been creating plays all night long, and there he got definitely got the better of the Webb defense. They're attacking the zone down low.
Tied at 15, under 3 left in the half. Gormley over to Jenkins. Out to Sam.
Well, he's got great cross-court vision, doesn't he?
Definitely. Austin Cox fakes, goes up, called for the travel.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. He dribbled and then moved his feet. That's not allowed.
Yeah, can't do that. As Anders will inbound.
Webb's only scored 5 points in like the last 5.5 minutes. So you got to see dropping off here.
To Anderson, to Ostrowski, and to Chris Cox. Cox out to Cook. To Anders, long three-pointer, nailed it.
Oh, that's huge for Catholic. That's monumental for Catholic. You know, I mean, if you're a Fighting Irish fan anywhere, you know that was a huge momentum shift.
Whiteside, Jenkins, right elbow.
I think if you're Webb, you got to be more patient. You got to really look for creating your own chances instead of taking an elbow jumper 3 seconds into the half-court set. The Spartan crowd really trying to chant defense, making some noise, but
shot goes in for Catholic.
Boy, I mean, I think of solving the other team's zones here. I think Catholic's really figured out how to get to Webb now, and it's by attacking down low where they have their size advantage.
Sampson with a three off the side of the backboard. Anders has it. And he gets the lay-in. Whiteside will bring it down for the Spartans, now down by 7.
You got to be thinking. This is huge for Catholic. It's a 9-0 run in the last minute and a half or so.
Yeah, Catholic has really found their groove, and if you're Webb, you got to take them out of it.
And Justin Jenkins here, he's had 2 quick shots the last 2 possessions. Both of them have rimmed out. I think you're really looking to move the ball a lot more.
Anders bringing the ball down the floor for Catholic. Here's Chris Cox. Goes up, foul on Sampson. Cox will go to the line.
Well, Catholic's done it, by going with their game plan. And before the game, you could tell that they had a size advantage, and they've really put it to good use. If you look at the Webb team right now, you could argue they have 5 guards and no 4s or 5. Their offense is literally, a mishmash of just guards. So, Catholic really has some post players, and it's killing Webb right now.
First shot goes in for Cox. Second shot also goes in, excuse me.
Last 2 minutes here, Mayan.
Spartans try to get to the half. Neighbors has it right wing to the white side to Sampson. Down low to Cox. Sampson open 3, nailed it. That's some momentum.
That was a great shot by Sampson. He's trying to regain some of that momentum.
Textbook form there for Burton Sampson. He's got such a pretty shot.
24-18. As there's Chris Cox puts it in, 26-18, right before the half, under 10 seconds. Justin Jenkins has it. He's going to get fouled. 3.3 on the clock.
Neither team in the bonus here, so Webb will get the ball into their own basket with a chance to drop an inbounds play to score maybe 2 or 3 points to try to, cut the deficit.
And Jenkins will get it. Cox puts it up. Shot is no good. Spartans will go down into the half, down 8. 26-18 as these Catholic student sections, as the Webb student section takes a seat. Guys, we'll be back after a quick commercial break, but when we're back, I'll be joined by Reed Wallings, Miles Biggs, and David Wilhoit. Folks, at the half, Catholic leads it 26-18. You're listening to Webb on the Web, the WOW Network.
Support for Webb and the WOW Network comes from University General Surgeons, Drs. Anderson, Daly, Nicholas, Taylor, Smith, Curick, and Tucker, specializing in routine and complex surgical cases at the UT Medical Center.
Welcome back at the half, folks, as Catholic 26-18, and I'm now joined by three former varsity basketball players, David Wilhoit, Miles Biggs, and Reed Wallings. Guys, just how was it playing for Webb? How was it? Good time, bad time, fun?
It was a great time, a lot of great memories, especially in games. Win or lose, it's always something to remember.
And now, with the big rivalry at hand, Webb Catholic, it's about as big as it gets. Any memories that you guys have had with Webb and Catholic?
Yeah, I mean, definitely the Webb Catholic games absolutely stick out in my mind as the most fun games to be at. I'm an all-time high during these games, and every part of the game, I remember it still really well. They just stick in the mind, so it was always awesome.
And, well, guys, any advice to give to these young players in this type of environment? I mean, actions going back and forth. What advice would you give to these young players to tell them to calm down and get into the game?
Just got to try to tune it out. And, it's hard. It's loud. It's a great atmosphere. But, you really got to try to tune it out because it can get to you. But, just focus on you and your teammates.
All right, first half analysis. What did you guys think of the half and any improvement that's need to be made? What do you think? What came out of the first half that you thought?
Well, we started pushing the tempo when we got ahead, and I thought that'd be good for us. But then they got a lot of easy buckets. So definitely think if we can just eliminate their easy buckets out of our press, then we'll be in good shape.
Yeah, I think we definitely need to – they slowed us down with their zone a little bit too. If we can work it around and get the ball inside a little more, I think that'll be beneficial for us. We can use some of our height advantage there.
Yeah, Webb's the more athletic team. They're going to try to get up to Catholic's playing 2-3 zones, so they're going to have to knock down a couple outside shots, open things up.
Well, guys, right now, this past couple weeks at school, there's been a book drive. Just like during the football games every year, there's a can drive. There's a book drive that these two schools were competing in announced. But out of this first half, Webb really is a team full of guards. Not many really true post players, whereas Catholic has a couple. How does Webb adjust to that?
I think while we have a lot of guard players, we definitely have people who have some post moves. I know experience, and even with Justin and AC, they know what they're doing down there on the block. But like Reed said, we definitely are going to have to knock some outside shots down with them playing that 2-3 zone.
And guys, Webb won the book drive. Tell there, as we're about under 3 minutes left to go before the second half starts. Any adjustments that need to be made? What does Webb need to do to get back into this game?
Just take care of the ball and a few outside shots, but they'll get the tempo going.
Well, folks, there you have it. We'll be back to bring you coverage of the second half. This is the Webb on the Web, the WOW Network. folks, we've got scoring totals. About under a minute left to go in the half. Oxford Catholic. Jordan Anderson has 4 points, and Chris Cox has 13. Already in double figures. And guys, just take a look at this Catholic student section and how crazy it gets. I mean, this is what a rock all about.
They're celebrating like they own something.
And Webb, scoring totals for Webb. Neighbors has 3, Jenkins has 5, Cox has 2, Sampson has 5, and Whiteside has 1 to give you a total of 8. As we're about ready for the second half of play, Brandon Neighbors getting ready to inbound it to Troy Whiteside. And you know,
the Catholic section, student section, jumping around to the classic House of Pain song.
Nice pun there, Sanjay.
It's a quarter earlier than.
As third quarter has begun. Whiteside has it, gets it to Neighbors. Neighbors to Jenkins. Pass stolen away by Anderson.
See Coach Norris with his hand in his face right now.
Yeah.
Really looking tired and displeased with this.
Cox has the ball. It's to Anderson.
You think any of this is
possibly? You know, it's always tough, and their nerves could still be high. So we'll see what happens. Anderson has it, and he's gonna get inside into the paint, puts up a shot, but gets. As you get a look at the Webb student section, looking for something to get pumped about.
You can tell that they're just waiting to erupt, but you know this team has to give them a chance.
The fouls on White and shoot 2. First one's no good. Webb is down 8 as Catholic leads 26-18.
You look at Catholic's game plan, you can tell they tailor-made it for Webb. All half long for Catholic. And 1 was the point guard and 2 were their post players. So you can tell they know where to attack this team.
Neighbors has the ball. That's Anderson makes the second free throw. Trying to get something going. No good. Rebounded by Cox. Cox saves it to Sampson. Sampson inside is stripped. Recovers the ball. Walk. Took a little took 1 too many steps.
Webb pressing already here, down 9.
Ostrowski has the ball.
Catholic in the past has had problems getting the ball up court, but nothing there.
Andrews has it. There's Cox. Lays it, finger rolls it in.
1/3 of Catholic scorers all game right there. And Chris Cox.
He has 15 tonight. There's a Whiteside to Neighbors. Now Sam to Whiteside, back to Neighbors. Thinks about the 3, doesn't take it. There's Sampson for the 3. Nailed it! 29-21.
It's a start, but
timeout. Talk things over there.
That was a great 3-point shot there. Webb really needed that.
And it was a great 3-point shot. We'll see what's coming out of the timeout after that. As Catholic leads at 29-21. And game, an intense one of that.
What do you think Webb needs to do to retake the lead, Mayan? It's a long uphill climb, but
well, you know, their pressure has worked. Keep rolling with it. Starts to stop, or when Catholic gets ahead, they need to get back and drop back into the zone, because Catholic didn't do too well handling that.
I think Webb needs to start going man again, personally, for a quarter. Right. And it seemed to work. But I think Catholic has solved the zone. So if you're Webb, you have to move on to something else. Either I think you got to press or go man, or do a combination of that.
Ostrowski. Right side. There's Anders. Good move to the basket. Not able to get the bucket to fall. There's down low to Cox.
Catholic really shows to have more patience than Webb here. They're doing what it takes to get inside, where they have the advantage.
Whiteside has it, drives baseline, kicks it to Cox down low. 29-23. Catholic leads.
Webb scored 5 straight points here. It's a little bit of a spark. Trying to get their student section engaged again. And I think, you need a defensive stop.
As Cox takes the 3. Nailed it. 32-23. Catholic's lead is extended back to 9. Jenkins to Whiteside. Sampson high post. Jenkins drives in, left elbow, puts up the jumper and drops in. 32-25 Catholic now.
More like it, last 3 possessions. I think Webb's figured out how to score again. That's going to be critical if they can get defensive stops.
Anders has it to Cox. Now Anders again. Guarded by Whiteside. Shot.
Oh, wow.
Up. Tough shot, but it went in.
Crazy off-balance move right there.
35. Catholic leads. Jenkins' shot's no good. Saved by Cox. Now Whiteside has it. Floater. No good. Rebounded by Cox for Catholic.
Reset and really be more patient. It's a 9-point game for Catholic, and they're awfully comfortable right now, but Webb's really got to get back in this.
Yeah, Webb can't afford to rush down and focus and make a good play.
Ostrowski has it, and Chris Cox steps on.
I think we can say Burton Sampson pushed him out.
Yeah. Webb. Anderson inbound. Gets it into Cox. Cox to Sampson. Cox gets fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. That's 2 quick fouls that Burton has picked up there. Maybe, but Chris Cox has a good couple inches on Burton, so that's always tough.
Yeah.
First free throw is good. 10-point lead now. Kevin Gormley checks in for Sampson.
I think Coach Norris wants to protect Burton for the 4th quarter and make sure he doesn't get into foul trouble.
Right. Justin Jenkins will bring the ball down the court for the men in green. It's to Whiteside, to Cox. Got the Neighbors inside to Gormley. Gormley.
Double-digit lead here for Catholic. Webb needs points.
As Justin Jenkins looks at Austin Cox. And Jenkins has the ball now on the right wing. Jenkins pulls up from the free throw line. It is no good. As
Justin Jenkins trying to take this game over, but his shots aren't falling.
Anders brings the ball down the floor. Gets it inside to Cox.
Obligatory foul. You can't just let him have it that easy.
Yeah, Webb needs to worry about foul trouble. A lot of fouls have been committed this game by Webb.
Chris Cox toes the line to shoot 2. First free throw is up and good.
I think right now if you're Webb, you can't get into a game with half court set. It's going to take a long time, maybe even 20-25 seconds for Webb to even work a decent shot in the half court set.
Second free throw is no good. Rebounded by Austin Cox. He gets it to a Neighbors, to Whiteside. Pulls up, no good, too short. Anders bringing the ball down the floor for Catholic. Catholic with the ball. Anders has it, pulls up. Shot no good, rebounded by Cox. That's just tough. Tough to guard.
They haven't figured it out yet. It's pretty tough if you're Webb.
Neighbors has it.
Whiteside now inside. That's great movement here if you're...
We'll see what happens here as the Spartans are down 11 points. You know, that's hard to come back from.
What adjustments need to be made?
You know, without Burton Sampson in there right now, it's going to be tough for them to do much, but really I think they need to isolate Chris Cox. Don't let him have it. He has by far proven to be the key player for Catholic. I mean, take his points away and Webb's leading.
Yeah.
So, what about you? What do you think needs to happen?
And just trying to play a zone with the rest of the people.
Anderson the inbound for Catholic. He gets it into Anders. Anders ahead to Cox. Gets to Cook. Now back to Anders. And
Catholic at halftime has really made all the necessary adjustments they've needed to. You know, they had trouble breaking Webb's press, and, you know, in the second half, the press hasn't worked at all. They solved the zone better. You know, and now Webb still has, a ton of problems to address on both ends. You know, they haven't solved really any of their problems because, you know, the zone is still a problem for Catholic, or if we'll figure it out soon.
And there's the manager. Tony Higdon comes. Neighbors has it. To Jenkins. Jenkins back to Neighbors. To Cox in the corner. To Whiteside now on the right wing. Jenkins left side. Taking their time to get something. Get a high percentage shot. Austin Cox in the lane. And his bucket falls and one. Trying to make it a 10-point game here, or excuse me, an 8-point
game. So that's, you know, small victories here for Webb.
Webb really needed that from Austin Cox. That was a good basket.
Unfortunately, not able to hit the free throw.
Yeah, you look at Webb's free throws. I think they've missed at least 2 already. You know, and small stuff like that is beginning to add up.
There's Anderson. His floater goes in.
Really? No, it doesn't matter who you try to put on him. I mean, you can't guard this guy without fouling him.
There's Whiteside.
Ooh, Whiteside. Terrific step, but couldn't finish.
Was out of bounds. Jenkins tries to save it. Not able to. Coach Norris is just over there holding his head, and to do now. His team down 11. 35 seconds left in the second quarter.
This game was that they were smaller and faster than Catholic, but, you know, Catholic was bigger, and I think Catholic's really taken advantage of their their mismatch, but Webb hasn't really been out and running.
Jenkins finger rolls it in.
And right
40-31 Catholic.
Right as I say that, they get a transition bucket from Justin Jenkins. They really need to start running because making up a 9-point lead in the quarter, you're going to have to do it quick.
Webb really needed that going into the fourth quarter. Try to give them something to work with and cutting the lead to 9.
At the end of 3, Catholic leads it 40-31. Quarter adjustments for Webb. What do they do?
Well, first of all, you know, they have to figure out how you can score consistently on Catholic, and just taking mid-range jumpers. They have to figure out a way to get the ball inside and, you know, maybe do the thing where you drive and kick out, but somehow they need to get more space and isolation on offense, and they need to figure out a way to guard Catholic's post players because they're getting killed down low right now.
And Will, what do you think Webb has to do in this fourth quarter?
For Webb on the defensive side of the ball, I honestly think they should go back to the zone, play loose zone, and mostly focus on offense if they want to get back into this game.
Has to play transition offense at all, or do you think they remain with their half-court stretch set opportunities that they're trying to get all game long?
Well, they got to set up solid shots like they've been doing. They got to focus and make solid shots.
Yeah. You know,
Jordan Anderson to inbound at half court. Anders has it. To Cox, but he's guarded by Willoughby. Anders has it. Oh, wow.
Everything. You know, they got some friendly rim rolls here.
Yeah, they have. That's just hard to guard. There's Sampson. He pulls. Mike.
Burton Sampson's been hot all night. I think he's got to take over in the fourth quarter and really, you know, show some senior leadership here for Webb.
Down the. Stolen away by Sampson, and it's going to be Catholic basketball. Last touched by. And so Catholic will have it.
I'm curious to see if they try to go any men and try to play for steals or something. Great turnovers here for Webb.
Anders with the ball, gets it to Ostrowski. Now to 34.
I think Webb switched to man on man here. Really trying to stop this Catholic, you know, juggernaut on all.
Kyle Anders cannot stop it. Now on the floor, that's Neighbor. And Jenkins. Austin Cox.
Ooh. Bad cross-court pass
Jordan
there.
Anderson.
You almost get away with that.
Anderson called for the traveling violation.
Well, that was some good defense there by Justin Jenkins, really using his hands. The ball here, forcing Anderson to keep, you know, stop dribbling. That did it. Webb's going to need to create a lot more turnovers.
And 33 to 44, Webb is down. Well, we'll see what happens here. 6:24 in the fourth quarter left. Can they do it?
Well, I think now you have no option but to make it a run up and down the court and get transition points and layups and play solid defense on the other end. It's going to be a tall order, you know, but it's the only option they have left with 6-point deficit. You know, they don't have the offense to do it in the half-court set, but they are faster, I think, than Catholic. You know, and as long as, you know, they play sound defense, if they get easy chances.
It's a real long shot, mine, but I think if Webb really focuses and really tries, I think they can dramatically cut this lead to a couple baskets.
I think it all depends on what, you know, Webb has left in the tank. It's been a long week for these guys because they're coming off exam week, and now they played a hard, tiring game. You know, and this is the fourth quarter. It's crunch time, and they got a huge hold. So I think it really depends on what they've got left.
Neighbors bringing them all down the floor. Get to Sampson. Sampson, great move.
Boy, Burton Sampson just always seems to be on, doesn't he? You know, it's really hard to stop him no matter what you are because he's got, you know, the shooting of a point guard or a shooting guard, but he's also...
And it'll be Catholic basketball. Sampson and Neighbors wanted it to be Webb, but no, Catholic. Anderson to inbound on by Sampson. Then to Anders. Anders bringing it left side out to Jordan Anderson. Anderson, 34, Chris Cox brings it down the floor, goes up. Rebound, Liam Willoughby. Neighbors bringing the ball down the floor, gets it to Jenkins. There's going to be a foul.
I think that's a good idea for Webb. They had the right idea, getting the ball up the court and really pushing the tempo. You know, 5.5 minutes left. They got 9 points, you know, to make up. 44-35 here, Catholic leading, and, you know, Webb's really got an uphill battle. I think they're going about it the right way, though.
Foul on 22, Anderson. Inbounds at Sampson. Three-pointer, no good.
Just off.
Ball down the floor for Catholic.
Spartan student section still cheering defense here, trying to will their team on. But it's too little too late. Wonder here with 5 minutes left.
Anders has the ball. It's to Anderson. Anderson, three-pointer, no good. And he's a monster down low. Monster. 46-35. Catholic leads. Justin Jenkins out of bounds. Webb ball. 4:50 in the game. Down by 11.
You know, Catholic approach problems against Webb, you know, especially down low, and it's been killing Webb. If you take away, you know, the points that Catholic's gotten down low, they have a 20-point.
Sampson has it, drives down, floater, no good. Neighbors three is off.
Air ball. And the Catholic fans are letting him hear it.
4.5 in the game. Chris Cox with the guard above. So Ostrowski has it. Shot no good. Webb
That was a lucky break on Webb's part there, that the ball popped out of the basket.
Jenkins three-pointer no good.
Justin
Jordan
Jenkins has
Anderson
been cold all night.
Kyle Anders has the ball.
Yeah,
Chris Cox.
Yeah, I think Webb's got to go back and look at this game, and I think they'll be more patient and created their own shots a lot better.
Cox. Jordan Anderson inbound.
Now Anders, one of the few people to score. I haven't had that many people score points, but the ones who have scored a lot.
Right. As Whiteside takes it down the floor, not able to get it in.
And one.
And the foul. He goes to the line to make it a 3-point, to try and get a 3-point play. But, guys, Webb down 9. Jenkins with a made free throw from Jenkins.
I think here with 3:19 left, this is the part where Webb has to leave it all on the line. And I think, you don't do it, you just go for the basket. I think if you're Webb, you dribble, penetrate, and kick out for open threes, or just take the layup or draw fouls. But, those are good because the clock stops while you're shooting them. And so it's a great way to try to get back into the game. The lead is still 8, though, for Catholic.
Foul on Sampson. Austin Cox comes into the That's 4 on Burton.
Yeah, that's far too easy. Cox has to have at least somewhere in the vicinity of 20 points by now. I don't know the officials just been there all night for Catholic.
Jenkins puts the shot up. No good. Neighbors up and under.
Well, a friendly bounce, but finally, Webb's showing that they can score down low, or at least get penetration. And you wonder where this was. The game was getting away from them.
48-40.
Catholic, as usual, playing a strong second half. They haven't even come close to trailing, quarters now.
Jump ball. Sampson checking back in for Webb. It's going to be Webb ball. As Sampson comes into the game. Whiteside three-pointer. They got to get points on the board.
I'm not really a fan of, throwing up three-pointers all the way, but points in 2 minutes against, the interior defense of Catholic isn't going to get it done, so I guess that's their best hope.
Yeah, you're Webb. You really got the board.
Jenkins has it, pushes it down the court, goes up with it, goes in with it, timeout.
Now do you start fouling Catholic and making it hoping to miss free throws to get back in this game? It is a two-possession game, so but I think pretty soon you got to think about playing the foul game.
And it all depends on who you foul. We've seen Chris Cox at the line tonight. He's pretty solid. Jordan Anderson's pretty solid from the line. So you can't really, you're playing a risk there because you don't have any fouls to give, whereas Catholic has 3.
I think, the lack of fouls to give might play in Webb's favor because when they foul, they want the clock to stop and they want Catholic to miss free throws immediately.
And see what happens here. Minute 43.
On up a press and then maybe a foul. But I think here you definitely try to create a turnover before, doing anything like fouling. If you can get happy ways at the first half, then you still have a chance. Remember, it's only a 2-possession game right now.
2-possession game, 6 points, 2 quick threes, and Webb's right back in. Anderson inbounding underneath Webb's basket.
Webb certainly has the players to put up 2 quick threes.
Cox has it.
Oh, wow.
Timeout Catholic.
If you're Webb, that's what you want to see, a successful press. That hasn't been there all half long. But it worked that time. Actually, I think they're gonna force Catholic to make a mistake.
Some really, really good double team there by Webb. You got to applaud the effort they're giving this late in the game.
1:38 left. They could have thrown in the towel, a quarter ago, but they chose to keep on fighting. And you got to applaud their effort, if not their game. Then
it's Webb Catholic. Both teams are gonna leave it out on the line for their team to win.
Yeah, neither team wants to go into winter break. It's still on their minds.
Exactly. It'll be Catholic basketball right section. Anders has it, guarded by Jenkins. Anders gets it to Cox. Back to Anders.
And I think that'll put Anders on the line. I don't think Anders is the guy to foul. I'm still wondering, only 3 players scored for Catholic in the first half. I'm still wondering if there's a starter or someone on Catholic who hasn't scored yet. Because you look at this game, there's only been Anders, Cox, and Cook really carrying the load. Anders, Anderson, and Cox.
First free throw is good. 3-possession game at least. And the second free throw is in. 50-42. Whiteside to Jenkins. Jenkins down, goes inside. Good. Coach Norris calls a timeout for Webb. And that's going to be 50-44. 6-point game. Minute left.
Crazier things have happened.
And
I think on Webb's side of the ball, we're going to see Justin Jenkins get the ball and go for 3.
Sampson's the guy you have to put the ball in the hands of right now, right? I mean, he's a senior leader. He's been hot all night. He's probably Webb's leading scorer. I think you give him.
No matter who they give it to, it has to go in for the Spartans to.
That's the bottom line, isn't it?
Yeah, needs to go in. So we'll see if they can do that.
But they need a defensive stop here first. Remember, Catholic gets the ball out of the break.
Catholic will have it underneath Webb's basket. And if Catholic gets a pass or two, Webb's going to have to foul. Jordan Anderson will be inbounding for Catholic. And there's Jordan Anderson. He gets it into Anders.
Austin Cox, I think, is going to give up the foul. That'll put Cox on the line. He's been solid tonight.
And Chris Cox goes to the line to shoot 1 and 1.
I think right now, the student section has been awfully quiet on free throws tonight. Oh, that was huge. Rebound by Sampson.
Great rebound by Burton
Sampson has it. Oh, miscommunication, and we're going to have a foul on Cook.
That's a foul. Remember, Catholic had fouls to give, so Webb will still have the ball. Find a way here to get a three-pointer off, maybe to Sampson, because it's only a 2-possession game if you shoot threes.
Here's Jenkins has it. They got to get something off soon. Cox, 3, no good. Rebounded by Ostrowski for Catholic. He's trapped. Timeout.
Timeout Catholic. How many timeouts do you have left, you think?
That's 3. And they've called pretty recently, but
yeah.
We'll see. I'm going to see what they. see what they're doing. You know, in the huddle right now for Webb, what do you say?
I think you say press them again, maybe foul them, pray they miss, and put it in Burton Sampson's a legitimate chance at a 3 last play. And I think that's a problem. I mean, he's been hot all night. You know, he's your leading scorer if you're Webb. You know, he's your leader. This is the time for him to step up. And I think you got to give him the opportunity. He's your best 3-point shooter, and you need 3s right now. So you press, then you foul, then you give to Sampson. I think that's got to be the game plan.
You've got Sampson there, and then the always deadly senior on the team, Brandon Neighbors. As on a Webb student section.
Webb definitely is going to press. Oh!
Burton Sampson tips. Not able to get it inbound. Able to get it inbound, excuse me. And he's going to get trapped. Burton Sampson gets the ball, steals it away. No good. Gets his own long rebound. Goes into the paint. Gets it to Justin Jenkins. 25 seconds. Got to get something off. There's goes. This is passed Owen. Gets it back to Whiteside to Sampson. Sampson 3. No good. Rebounded by Whiteside. His 3. Burton Sampson has it. His 3-pointer is no good. And seconds left.
And I think that's ball game.
Catholic's gonna win it.
They had about four 3s left they could have taken, they could have made, but I think everybody in the stadium knows that it's over. 3.3 seconds left, 6-point game. You know, once again, Webb fans, from a men's basketball game here, and I think Catholic knows that they've got this. Webb fans chanting, "Let's play football," referencing the 3-game winning streak they've had on that sport over Catholic. However, that doesn't matter right now, as Catholic.
Austin Cox, 3-pointer. Catholic wins it and on to the court.
Largest margin of victory in quite a while, isn't it? 8 points.
52 to 44. Scoreboard doesn't portray what this game has been. 8 points is what it actually
felt like.
It felt like. It was close down to the wire. And guys, one thing that's got to be one thing that happens is when you win, you get to savor it until you're in the Lee Athletic Center. Then if you lost, it's on your shoulders. But Webb will move on from it, and we're gonna have a good rest of the season. Not the game that they were wanting there, but that never they can come back from that in the spring. But Sanchez for Catholic, what was their best asset tonight?
I referenced it time and time again this game. It was definitely their production down low. They exploited their mismatch. I mean, I mentioned before the game that Catholic had a side, really showed what they could do with it. Their 2 guys down low, Anderson and Cox. They scored 20 points by Catholic's 26. So I mean, and they had the majority of Catholic's points. So you got to look at, if you're Webb, you got to look at for next time how to stop.
Chris Cox, quite a game tonight. I mean, that guy has a future. He is a great player, and Webb just could not. What did Webb do well? What's going to ease them the load on their shoulders?
The good news is Webb put up on their defense. Justin Jenkins' dunk was the greatest play of the game. He really got the momentum back on Webb's side, but unfortunately the Spartans.
And well, guys, I mean, that about wraps it up from here. You've seen the student sections overnight. Yamaha Catholic stormed the court, and on the bright side for Webb, they won the book drive that helps the greater Knoxville area. Once again, your final from Catholic. Catholic wins 52 to 44 over their arch rival. Will these two meet again in the spring? We'll see what happens then. You've been listening to Webb on the Web, the WOW Network. For Will and all of our tech crew, Mine Patel signing off. So long, dream of Spartan victory.
Each one a child.